Welcome to my channel. Let me introduce myself. My name is Wim. I'm a sidewalk astronomer based in Zwolle City, the Netherlands. And here on the pictures you can see the places where I usually do sidewalk astronomy. It's the embankment of the River IJssel, also in Zwolle in the Netherlands. And on the pictures you will see my telescope, a Bresser 10 centimeter refractor, and after that, I will show you the QR code of my website. You can scan it by pausing the video, and the QR code of my moon atlas, which I'm going to use to give you more information about the moon pictures I'm about to show. If you want to know where I'm at, you can contact me through my website and look me up if you're living in the neighborhood, and I can show you the moon, the stars, and birds and stuff. It's nice surroundings. I spotted lots of storks, but there's no stork picture in this video because it's all about the moon this time. As you can probably tell, talking on a video is new to me. This is my second try, so bear with me. I'll make lots of mistakes. Well, this is the moon again, and now we're getting to my QR code for my website. On my website, you can find my email address where you can contact me and lots of information about astronomy. This is the QR code for the Moon Atlas. If you click on it, you will find a big map of the moon, and on the big map of the moon, you will find red numbers, and those are the numbers I'm going to give you when I talk about the moon. The first picture is the new moon in the arms of the old moon, as I tell it. You can see the dark part of the moon too, and you can see the shadows of what's normally to see there. Well, now you're going to see about 18 pictures of the moon getting bigger and bigger with planes and everything on it. And I'm not going to tell you about the craters you can see here because I will get into the details later on. You can see the Sea of Crisis, for instance, now, this big round spot in black and white and in color. The moon is getting bigger and bigger here. So let me move this on. So, there you go. First quarter moon, and probably the X on the moon somewhere in the middle. I can't see it, but it could be. The thing that looks like a sun is the crater Tycho down the moon. And now you can see the middle of the moon with Copernicus and yet another airplane. Lots of airplanes in the skies usually, so I've collected all my lucky airplane shots and put them in this video. The full moon again. This is probably the super moon, as it was called in the newspapers. Actually, it's just as big as any other moon. Same moon again, but zoomed out. Let me see. More airplanes and more moons. In black and white, I usually change my pictures in into black and white pictures by removing the blue color, so they get a bit sharper. This is more the natural color of a moon picture, the brownish color. Same airplane again. No, it's another one. It's two pictures of the same airplane. It crossed the moon. Here you can see all the exhaust gases. Well, now we're getting to a rare picture of the moon. I rarely take pictures of the last quarter moon because it's late at night and I'm all asleep at that time. So this is the last one of the series of moon pictures, and then we get to the craters. So I'll pause the video for a second. On this picture, Langrenius, the crater, map 49, Vendelenius, map 60, Batavius, map 59, and Funarius, map 69. The crater Langrenius was named by Mr. van Langren, who made a moon map for the Spanish king in the 17th century. And this crater is the only crater of his map that still has the same name, his own name. because calling your craters after the kings of Spain was not very popular in that time, so nobody went along with his ideas. Well, it's a big, nice crater. Now we're moving on to Mare Crisium, and you can see a bright white spot, which is the crater Proclus on map 49. No, it's map 26. In the same area, you can find the famous bridge as spotted by two amateurs, John O'Neill and H.P. Wilkins. Well, the bridge was supposed to be in between Promontorium Lavinium and Promontorium Olivium on the western side of the Sea of Crisis, which you can see here. And you can also see the bright white dot, which is the crater Proclus. Just west of it, just east of it is, yeah, there you can see it. This is the spot where the bridge used to be. Since then, the lunar authorities have taken it down, I guess, because I never saw it. Nobody can find it. Okay, moving away from the bridge, and let me see. We're going to see the crater Miffy, or Nijntje in Dutch. Well, we're not, but it looks just like it. It's a combination of craters, and they are Janssen, Fabricius, Metius, Brenner, and to the right you can see Valles Reita, all on map 68. I often show this combination of craters to smaller kids who come to watch the moon, and I tell them to look for Miffy, and they usually can find Miffy. So one more picture of Miffy, and then we're away from the rabbits. In the next picture you see a combination of three craters: Theophilus, Cyrillus, Katharina, and of course Mare Nectaris. Look at map 56, 57 and 58. You'll see a ridge and a crater at the end of the ridge. The ridge is Rupus Altae and the crater is Piccolomini. The sea east of the craters is Mare Nectaris. On the other side of the sea you can see Gutenberg and the mountains of the Pyrenees, named after the Spanish mountains or after the blue cheese. After all, the moon is made out of this cheese. So we move on to Mare Imbrium and Sinus Iridum, the Rainbow Bay, which has Promontorium Heraclides, which is in reality the bust of the Lady of the Moon, Genevieve de la Lestre, the wife of Giovanni Cassini, who drew her face on the moon one night when he was working on his moon map. More details, look at map 10, 12, 3 and 5 for Plato, Aristotle, the Moon Alps Valley, Cassini, Archimedes, lots and lots of things to see here. The Apennines and the Caucasus and other mountain groups. Map 13, 12, 5 and 22. We move to the west to have a look at J. Herschel and Pythagoras on map 2. First, a view of all of Mare Imbrium with on the bottom of the picture the crater Copernicus. Move to the southwest of Mare Imbrium to a very bright spot called Aristarchus. It's the brightest spot on the moon. Go to the next page, and next to it is the dried up lava river of Valles Scruteri and Herodotus, the location of many mysterious events or transient lunar phenomena. It's all to be found on map 18. We zoom into Aristarchus and we can see now the lava river, like a small line. Zooming in, and after that, zoom out again, and we'll move on to the crater Copernicus, which is placed right smack in the middle of the ocean of storms by the creators of the modern version of the moon map with the modern names on it. Two scientists priests called Riccoli and Grimaldi, who were working for the Vatican. Probably Riccioli, but I'm not very good at pronouncing Italian names. They had the orders to create a map of the moon so that in future discussions with the supporters of Copernicus, they would have arguments. Well, they placed Copernicus on the moon map anyway, and so was Kepler and Aristarchus, all people who believed that the Earth was circling around the Sun and not the other way around. And what do we see on the edge of the moon? We see the craters of Riccioli, and Grimaldi. So maybe they wanted to say something to their boss when they created their map. Who knows? Here is Copernicus, and on the edge of the moon, the two Jesuit priests who created the map are hiding. Here they are. Map 28 and 39. And we move on to the next thing we want to see. There are the two Jesuits hiding on the edge of the moon. And more to the right, you can see the crater of Gassendi, or Gassendi in English. And it looks like a ring with a pearl. So that's why I made lots of pictures of it. There you have it. On map 52. Oh, there you go. One more picture. Right on top of Mare Humorum, the Sea of Moisture. We move down and we get to the craters of Schiller and Schickard, or Schickard, map 62 and map 71. Schiller is shaped like a rat, so it's easily to be recognized. More to the east, we find the crater Tycho with all its rays on map 64. And of course, I made several pictures of it. Tycho, and below it you can find Clavius, which you will see in the next picture. In Clavius you see 5 smaller craters and lots of details and craters. Tycho is now without its rays. Move on to map 65 to the craters Delambre and Marius, and to the X on the moon. Way too many craters, so you have to scan the QR code and look for yourself. Delambre is right in the middle here. And we move on to the X on the moon. And after that, right in the middle, you can see it if you look. And now we move on to the last picture, which is the moon and the planet of Jupiter. And after that, we see the map of Riccioli, the first modern map with all the craters named, and after that the map of Cassini with his wife hidden on it, if you look very carefully. Next picture is some information about the moon, and then you get the QR codes again. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope to make more videos in the future, so I hope you comment down the page, and if you like to contact me, and we can make an appointment to go stargazing here in the surroundings of Zwolle. Okay, that's it. Bye, clear skies, and have fun watching the sky.